Hey guys, we're live on the moon. It's Friday night, the 21st of June, 2013. A night of high adventure with clear skies. I hope you guys are doing pretty good. We're approaching a supermoon on Sunday, and I thought I'd get out and just take a look. Isn't that a beautiful shot, guys? Tycho is at the 2 o'clock position. Crystal Lake is centered, and we're going to give you a survey of the moon, and then we're going to put a Barlow in and take a look at some interesting things. It's 9:35 p.m. My name is Bill Bryson, and I live in Richmond, Texas, outside of Houston. And let me turn the color up just a dab. See, it's not too well. It is, but it'll get. You can see Aristarchus is coming up. But I tell you what, if you take a look at the, I'll kind of head over there. At the 8:30 position is the Guts of Reiner Gamma, and I really isn't that beautiful? Just pause to reflect. Pause to reflect. If you are anybody and you take a look at the moon and you say, well, there's got to be more to a dead gray planet, they say. No, this is not a dead gray body in space. This is a colorful moon. You can see Aristarchus at the top with the same color scheme that's in the Clementine photos. If you go to my website at www.billbryson-astronomer.com, I have an article on the Guts of Reiner Gamma, and I also have an article on Aristarchus. And if you take a look at Aristarchus and compare them, both of those articles have side-by-side comparisons of well, the Guts of Reiner Gamma has a side-by-side comparison of the Clementine photos taken from the 90s, the NASA color photos with my stuff. And Aristarchus, that is a beautiful shot, guys. That's absolutely stunning. And we're going to explore the Guts. We're going to see if we can get up a little bit close and personal with that, with a Barlow. But for right now, I'm going to just kind of work my way around. Look at that crater coming up at the 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, yeah. Not 3. At 9 o'clock, and there's a pile of rocks in the middle of it. And if I adjust the brightness down, put the contrast up, you can see there's still color in there. And you can see the Alps are enunciated on the right side. And see how it's really, really bright? And if I just turn the brightness down, it stays bright. But if I turn the gain, if I actually turn the gain down, it'll bring out some of the detail that's otherwise hidden. But I for right now, I just want to kind of let it be on auto, and we're going to kind of work our way around. I'll turn the brightness down a little bit. And there's the ferret. Sea of Serenity is on the left. The Sea of Tranquility is on the right. I want to show you something. I was talking to a friend of mine from Canada, Jeff, and he is also into doing videos on the moon. And he was exploring this area here. The Sea of Tranquility. Let me just put it right there. Sea of Tranquility is the blue sea centered. And you can see what I think are structures below the surface. And not only that, but if I turn the exposure all the way down, look at that really bright light at the 330 position, the brightest light at the 330 position. Jeff was looking at that and he said, boy, that looks like an artificial, that looks like a beacon. Yeah, and I believe it is. I believe it's a beacon. And I believe also that there are cities. See, it's a beacon on that mountain range right next to that crater. I know it might be a crater, but you know, it's kind of neat to pretend it's a. Let me turn the automatic stuff on, and I want to zoom in on this the sea, so you can see that there's a lot of stuff down there that looks to be below the surface. And see at the top it says high at the 1 o'clock position at the edge, high. That's called writing on the moon. Writing on the moon. And if I turn it's hard. The moon is so bright. You can see that bright light that Jeff was talking about, and it's right there. And I think that there's some kind of cities beneath the Sea of Tranquility, because you can see all these like tubes, and I kind of romanticize and think that there are tubes to different cities underneath the sea. Neil Armstrong, Neil Armstrong first stepped onto the moon. Let's see if I can pinpoint the spot. Now it's actually about centered right there. In that area right there, centered, is where Neil first took his step on. One small step for man and one giant leap for mankind, right there. And we're looking at it live. Okay, let me back out, turn the brightness back up. Contrast down a little bit. By the way, I did clean my lens. Jeff was asking me how the best way to clean it. I think the best way to clean a lens is you can use alcohol or Windex with a Q-tip. And I use these micro fiber claws. And then I have, see, Tycho's, boy, blows you away. There's cities in Tycho, by the way, guys. See Tycho centered? Go on my website, search for Tycho, and I'll show you pictures of cities. Absolutely, without a doubt, cities in Tycho crater. Bunch of them. Antediluvian cities in Tycho. Amazing. Okay, I'll tell you what I want to do right now. I want to put a Barlow in, and I want to explore kind of around the rocket ship. The rocket ship, let's see if I can show it to you. There's two rockets. By the way, autofocus is working pretty good. I had a problem with my my focuser, and I didn't have the pulse time. I had it too fast, and I couldn't quite get in focus. But I adjusted, and I figured it out. There's a, if you look, I'm going to be, I'll tell you when it's centered. It's kind of centered right now. See that? It looks like a straight body with symmetrical curves and everything. This actually to me looks like one of those ships that, you know, the Mona Lisa crater on the backside of the moon. I think that's what we're looking at. One that crashed on this side of the moon. Anyhow, I got a really incredibly wonderful imagination. Hang with me, guys. We're going to put a Barlow in there and take a look at the Guts of Reiner Gamma, and also another look at Aristarchus, however you want to pronounce it. And we might even go up there to the Sea of Tranquility and see what we can really see. Hang with me, guys. Super Moon, Sunday, coming up. Okay, we're back. And if you look close enough, I got Tycho at kind of 11:30. Got the wind blowing a little bit out there. Turn the brightness up a bit. And you can see almost centered is Clavis. I mentioned that last night. And my focus is off. Let me see if I can focus it better. I was bragging on my focus now. Let's see if I can. That's pretty good. I was having a hell of a time focusing. I mean, I couldn't get it into focus. Yesterday I was fighting it, and then I finally put my smart hat on and figured out what the problem was. Sometimes you gotta, you gotta be thinking about things. I mean, and we're gonna just kind of look here along the edge because we're not a full moon yet. We will be a full moon, I believe, on Sunday, but so we can still see detail on this shadow line along the edge. Matter of fact, we got this Barlow in now. We got a mountain range right there. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit. And I don't know what that is. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm only zoomed halfway. I'll just zoom in all the way. And let's I don't know if we can see any more detail. That just looks like probably another crash rocket ship. And there's something at the see that thing that's kind of bright, looks like a little banana at the 6 o'clock position. I'll back out where it's clear. Let me put autofocus on now. So I'll try to come into focus. Don't know what it is. I'll go up here to my rocket ship. It, to me, looks like some kind of strange, right there centered. And I'll zoom in. Yeah, I have better pictures of it. Okay, let's work our way up, and we're going to go to the guts right there. See the guts of Remy Gamer. And for those of you who have not done it yet, you need to buy a copy of Celestial from Jose Escamilla's film. He features, we should be able to get in there pretty close. On the Clementine photos, these look like guts. They really do. But this is not bad for a, an old guy's telescope on his porch with a roof, guys. By the way, that statue of Remy Gamer is right in this area too. It's kind of to the 11 o'clock from the guts. Okay, that's good. Let's go back out. That's some incredible. I'm giving you some very good video, guys. Some very good video of the moon. Look at that. Let's zoom in on that. See that mountain range right kind of right around the edge of that crater. Isn't that an incredible shot? Back out. Wunderbar. Okay, let's look at Aristarchus again. I don't think we're going to do as good as we did last night, but let's see what we can do. First of all, let's work the brightness down, turn the color up, turn the contrast up a little bit, and that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's zoom in all the way. You can see we lose. See the wind blowing. You can see that lava river really clear in this one. Let me back out a little bit. Not bad. Okay, let's go back over to the edge. You know, it was kind of funny. I was setting this thing up and I started to make a video and everything was backwards. See, that's a great shot. And I was saying, well, boy, the moon, you know, this field rotation is massive. What the hell's going on? And that ended up being I had the camera had the camera upside down, guys. We'll check out the Sea of Rainbows in a minute, but I just want to keep on going up here and look at this crater up here with the, see that pile of rocks in the middle? Let's zoom in on that. It's not bad. Yeah, I have this this Barlow in. Continue our journey. I'm going to try to get out on Sunday to do the supermoon. I I don't think it's too big a deal. You say what is the supermoon? The supermoon is whenever there's a ferret, and there's a bridge, and some remnants of an alien colony on the moon, which is fairly clear whenever you have the shadow line over that area, but because we don't right now, we can't appreciate it. But we can kind of go south and let me turn the contrast up a little bit. That's the Sea of Tranquility, and see on the left is the Sea of Serenity, and you can see the difference in the color. You really can. But and there's a high at the kind of going on the edge at 1 o'clock. And there's Jeff's light. I'll kind of center it on that mountain range, which is obviously a beacon or a nuclear power plant. See, Neil Armstrong landed, I'll try to center it. First steps on the moon, right in there. Kind of right at the edge. Right there, centered. But what interests me about this is the strange structures beneath the surface. Let me zoom in all the way. With all those little lights, I'll turn the brightness down and the contrast up so you can see the lights. See all those little lights? I know people are going to say, well, they're just craters on the surface, but it's kind of like it's made out of glass or something, you know, because you can see beneath the surface. That's what gets me about this particular area on the moon. I believe is an underground city or cities where the aliens have all their bases. And I think another area where they have bases is down in Crystal Lake. Okay, now let's go turn up the and the Alps are kind of centered right now, north-south. Montes Alps. And Plato is at the 12 o'clock. But see how it's not, you know, is the clarity is along the edge. See, before we were able to get a real clear picture in this area right here when the shadow line was closer to the Sea of Rainbows. Let's see if we can bring out some of the color in this. Well, we can, but not as well as, you know, we've been able to do in the past. And I call that the coastlands because it looks kind of like off the Atlantic Ocean and with the continental shelf. And let's do this. Let's go over to Copernicus. And let's see if we can bring out some of the color here. Hope you guys are doing well. I watched, we had the NBA Finals last night. I think I'm watching it all over the world. People are watching it. Oh, there's something coming up. See how it's drifting in? Down below, it's at the 4:30, 5 o'clock. Now look at that thing. See, it looks like something's sticking up in the air. See that? I'll center it. Isn't that strange? It looks like, well, let's turn the, see that thing? It's just below center, and it's kind of, there's a little bright crater at it, 7 o'clock, but it's kind of like a sticking up in the air, or it's laying on the surface, but I don't think I've ever seen it before. That's why, let's turn up the brightness. And let's work the focus a little bit. I'll turn autofocus off, and then I'll try to focus it. And I'll turn autofocus on. That's pretty good. I don't know what it is, but let's zoom in on it now. Don't know what it is, guys. It's one of those things that go bump in the night on the moon, weeds and things. Anyhow, I've been kind of working at reading. I've been rereading the Jack Ryan, the Tom Clancy novels, like Ducks on a Pond 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I enjoy that kind of stuff. Oh, since we're down here, and I know this is a hotbed for. Oh, I see something that's interesting. At the it's coming in 7 o'clock. It's coming in the center. It looks like a straight line, like a fissure or something like that. From center, it's at 7 o'clock. It's kind of an arc, and it looks like a. Well, it looks like a. It's kind of strange. I never saw it before. It's probably the edge of an old crater or something, but it looks. You know, Bill, he's looking for anything strange. Anyhow, I was telling you before that in this area right here, I really truly believe that there's an alien base. And let me kind of center it. You know, it's kind of strange we haven't seen any kind of well, it's kind of centered right there, and let's zoom in all the way. But you know, you can't see anything. Again, the best place if you're new at the moon and you got a telescope, the best place for you to see things is right at the shadow line, because that's where all the, you know, the sun comes in there and kind of hits those craters with the shadow, and and it looks really good. I think this is where I'm going to close it out. It's a great picture, and with a little luck and the clear skies, I might see you on Sunday. In the meantime, wishing you and yours clear skies, guys.